Hey yo, what's up, Wrestling Rebels? Hold tight because you've just been blasted into the heart of VK Punk Wrestling, the electrified, bone rattling, no limit zone where pro wrestling roars loud. I am your chaos conductor, Vin C. Punk, ready to catapult you into tonight's WWE SmackDown preview with all the hype of a main event cage match. If you're feeling the heat, pulverize that thumbs up button, clothesline that subscribe button, and drop kick that bell icon to stay locked in to every pulse pounding moment. Okay, if you didn't catch my short or reel that I posted earlier, I've been going through a little trouble recently, personally, uh, and my mental health has just been taking a hit, but we're going to get past that. We're going to get this video out before SmackDown airs, and we're going to have content hot shotted to the moon. Following that, you'll of course see a review tomorrow in our traditional Yay Boo. But follow us on TikTok, Facebook, and X, VK Punk Wrestling for all of that. I will be going live tonight on TikTok for a SmackDown show, just me, nobody else, just me. I have my son this weekend. You might see him, Enzo Amore. Yes, that is his real name. Might come onto the video, and we're gonna have a lot of fun on this channel from now on. Our channel's title has been vacated and will be up for grabs next week for Backlash, where we do predictions war games. And maybe if we can double our subscribers here on YouTube, which really isn't that much, and our followers on TikTok, which is a little more, we will do a lot more stuff for you guys to follow. Maybe we'll start making people, fans and people who subscribe, part of our predictions war game, and maybe you could become the channel's champion. Anyway. Go follow us on all those social medias, and we'll try to get a lot of stuff pumping. Now we're only 1 week removed, however, from WrestleMania 41's seismic fallout, and I'm buzzing like a sold-out arena on title night. Let's break down what's coming on SmackDown. VK Punk Wrestling, we the ones for wrestling content. However, before we storm the ring, let's give a thunderous shout out to our sponsor, Capco Championship Belts, crafting hardware so dazzling it make any champ's knees buckle. Their belts, spanning WWE, UFC, boxing, and beyond, shine brighter than a spotlight on the grandest stage. If you're dreaming of a custom title that screams your name, their design maestro Abdul is the Triple H of belt making, strategic, bold, and unmatched. I have their gear all over the place. You can see so many titles in the shot here. I have more of them that are just not standing up. So many of his gears. This vest here. I mean, so much stuff, and he's so good. Tees, masks, jackets, you name it. All of it is straight up legendary. Cruise over to www.capcointernational.com to scope their lineup and toss a Vin sent me or a VK Punk sent me, right? And they'll be giving you a better deal on their stuff, a good price. Their Facebook and email are also in the credits of this video. You can reach out to them through that. Their stuff lands harder than a top rope elbow drop. Amazing stuff, really. Can't wait to see what our championship is going to look like when it's all done. It's in the painting phase now. Tonight's SmackDown, though, is set to ignite with rivalries heating up, new faces shaking the Blue Brand's foundation. Here's what we know with some extra juice on the stories driving the action. First, we got Aleister Black versus The Miz. Fresh off his earth-shaking return last week, Aleister Black is back to haunt SmackDown. Squaring off against The Miz in his first WWE match since December of 2020, Black's re-entry was a masterclass in shock value, leveling Miz with a black mask that left the A-lister seeing stars. That moment wasn't just a comeback, it was a statement. Black, with his eerie aura and striker's precision, hasn't laced up in WWE ring in over 5 years, last falling to Kevin Owens in a brutal no DQ match. Now he's a wild card, unchained, and hungry to carve his name back into the main roster and give himself the WWE, run that he never got before. The Miz, however, the opportunist, isn't one to stay down. This guy's been a cornerstone of WWE for nearly 2 decades, thriving on big moments and a bigger mouth. This guy really doesn't get as much respect as he should. He's very underrated, uh, but very amazing. Last week's ambush might have rattled him, but expects Miz to come around with mind games and that signature resilience. He's not just fighting for a win, he's fighting to prove he's still a top tier player. Can Black's mystique and striking power overwhelm Miz's cunning, or will the A-lister find a way to steal the spotlight? This clash of styles, Black's methodical intensity versus Miz's flash and grit, promises to be a banger. Black's return is more than a nostalgia pop, however. It's a chance to rewrite his WWE legacy. His 2020 exit left fans clamoring for more, as his NXT dominance, including that iconic title win over Andrade Cien Almas, and I have a signature plaque from that very moment. Uh, Never really fully translated to the main roster very well. He had this weird the father the son gimmick. I can't even remember it anymore. That was really weird right before he left. I'm glad we're not going back to that. But Black has a fresh start and a chip on his shoulder and a fan base that is ready to erupt. Miz, meanwhile, is at a crossroads. Underutilized at WrestleMania 41. He is vocal about being overlooked, making this match a must-win to stay relevant. The stakes are high. Black needs to establish dominance, while Miz needs to avoid becoming a stepping stone, but that's exactly what's going to happen. Except this feud to spark a longer arc, potentially pulling in other stars as Black's dark presence disrupt the SmackDown hierarchy. All right. Also on the show, Randy Orton is set to address the WWE Universe. The saga of Randy Orton and the undisputed WWE champ, John Cena, is pro wrestling folklore, and last week it hit a boiling point. Their face-off was a powder keg. It was tense, personal, and dripping with history, and a silly thing about John Cena needed to have children. Orton's been a thorn in Cena's side, dropping him with RKOs and on back-to-back shows. On the Raw after WrestleMania, the Viper caught Cena off guard with a lightning fast RKO. Cena tried to flip the script on SmackDown, getting the upper hand, only for Orton to strike again with an RKO out of nowhere. These two have been at it for 25 years. Their rivalry is a tapestry of classic matches, betrayals, and mutual respect turned bitter. Now, with Backlash 2025 looming, Orton steps into the spotlight to speak to the WWE Universe just days before challenging Cena for the title in the main event of Backlash. Cena's current heel run, dissing fans, threatening kids, and claiming he's raised the WWE Universe's children, has painted him as a champion desperate to cement his legacy. Orton, the 14-time champ, is out to prove he's not stuck in Cena's shadow, vowing to erase the Cena dynasty. What will Orton say? Will he lean into his Viper persona, cold and calculated, or fire up the crowd with the passionate call to end Cena's reign? One thing's certain, this promo will set the tone for Backlash, where their decades-long war could reach its final chapter. This feud is a masterclass in long-term storytelling. Cena and Orton's history stretches back to their OVW days, evolving through iconic battles like their 2009 Iron Man match and countless title clashes. Cena's recent heel turn, sparked by a perceived lack of respect from fans and Orton's have kids jab, has given him a vicious edge, making him a champion you love to hate. Orton, meanwhile, is the ultimate predator. His RKO, a reminder he's never out of the fight. The hometown advantage at Backlash in Orton's hometown, St. Louis, adds emotional weight. Orton's fighting for pride, legacy, and the chance to hit 15 titles, tying Cena's. No, that's not right. Expect this promo to dig deep into their past, with Orton possibly teasing a career-defining moment. The tension could also draw in other stars like a lurking Drew McIntyre, who have been eyeing Cena's gold. So there's some other stuff to look for on the show. We don't know. Nothing is exactly advertised, but so Fraxium, the tag team division, got a shot of adrenaline from these guys last week. Nathan Frazier and Axiom stormed SmackDown, toppling Berto and Angel Garza in their blue brand debut. These former NXT tag champions are a high flying spectacle, blending Axiom's technical wizardry with Frazier's daredevil flair. The win isn't just a W. It was a declaration that they're here to shake up the division. Tonight, expect Fraxium to cross paths with the established teams like the Street Profits or even Judgment Day's Dominic Mysterio and Carlito. A multi-team feud could be brewing, potentially leading to a number one contenders match for the tag titles. Fraxium's arrival is a game changer, though. For a tag division that's been dominated by veterans, their NXT run proved that they can hang with the best. But the main roster's a different beast. Los Garza's loss last week stung. I think they deserve a whole bunch more than what they've been getting, as their Lucha Libre brilliance deserves way better too. They shouldn't have been jobbing the newcomers. This storyline could see Garza and Berto clawing for redemption, possibly aligning with Santos Escobar for a heel faction push. Fraxium, meanwhile, needs a signature feud to cement their spot. Think like a high stakes ladder match at Backlash, which I don't know if we'll get another ladder match after having TLC, but I mean, that would definitely do it. The tag scene is heating up, and Fraxium's youthful energy could steal the show. So last week also, Zelina Vega. She won the U.S. title from Chelsea. Not a great story from my perspective. If you watched our review for that show, you will see exactly what I think about it. I don't think there's any way that Zelina should have beat Chelsea Green. Anyway, she shocked the world last week when she did to claim the WWE Women's United States Championship. It was a career-defining upset, elevating Zelina from underdog to spotlight stealer. Not really. She's still just Zelina Vega. Now she has a title. I don't think it'll last very long. I think it'll be a very sustained push. And anyhow, so Chelsea made a cryptic X post that hinted at a rematch clause, but Green's flamboyant persona means, she won't just ask for a fight. She'll demand it with drama, which is really good on her. She's doing her character so well, and that's why she didn't deserve to lose the title. Tonight, expect a confrontation, however, possibly with Chelsea crashing Zelina's celebration or Zelina cutting a fiery promo about her journey. Other women like Piper Niven or Alba Fire might also eye the title, setting up a multi-women feud. Maybe that's how, Chelsea Green and the Secret Hervis fall off. I don't know what you do now with the Secret Hervis now that Chelsea isn't the U.S. champion anymore. It seems like that gimmick was more specific to that title. So Zelina's win feels like it's tied to Aleister Black's return, with rumors swirling that her revamp was a part of the package deal. I firmly believe that. If I didn't just read it today myself and put it in the script, I think I already said that previously. With rumor, her new edge, grittier, more confident, suits her, but it's not very believable. The abrupt title change raises questions about WWE's long-term plan. Chelsea Green's comedic heel work has made her a fan favorite, one of my favorites too, because I absolutely did not like Chelsea Green. But this run has turned my whole opinion on her. I thought she was great in Lucha Underground. She really put on an amazing match with Penta Dark there. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. Chelsea Green is a wrestler, not just a character. She can wrestle. But a rematch here, it could be a barn burner. But if you're just gonna make Zelina stay with the title, maybe don't do that rematch just yet. It would kind of blend Zelina's technical skill with Green's chaotic energy. I think they're both pretty chaotic. Zelina's technicality is a little on the low side. I mean, she does some pretty exciting moves, but I wouldn't really call her that technical. But the storyline needs more depth. I know that they've been like feuding and going at each other for the last couple of weeks and what have you, but for why? Why doesn't Zelina like Chelsea? Why is this? What kind of meat are we biting into? Maybe give Zelina a personal mission, like proving she's no fluke, and let Chelsea lean into her unhinged side. A tournament for the next challenger could add layers. We'll have to see. So Jacob Fatu, let's talk about him next. Okay, the Samoan werewolf Jacob Fatu left jaws on the floor last week when he flattened Damian Priest and LA Knight with his moonsault finishers. Uh, as United States champion, Fatu's a force of nature, but his dominant display has put a target on his back. A multi-man title match feels inevitable, with Priest and Knight itching for payback, and maybe even Drew McIntyre throwing his hat into the ring after his own title aspirations that he stated last week. Tonight, expect a tense segment. Perhaps Fatu and Solo gloating. Maybe Solo getting more separated from Fatu. Uh, Only for Knight or Priest to interrupt, setting up a chaotic brawl. Fatu's reign is a breakout moment, showcasing his blend of agility and raw power. His dynamic with Solo Sikoa kind of adds intrigue. Is Solo a mentor or a leash? Is Jacob finally breaking that leash? What is really going on here? I want to see what's going to happen here. The U.S. title scene is stacked though, with Priest's intensity, Knight's charisma, and McIntyre's brute force all in play. This storyline could evolve into a fatal four-way at Backlash, which would be really amazing, with each man bringing a unique flavor to this match. It's, I mean, you got four completely different guys here. I mean, I guess you could say that Priest and Drew have like the dominant force, like the powerhouse, but I mean, all of them really are powerhouses. Fatu, however, is the dark horse, but his in ring brilliance makes him a credible champ. WWE needs to balance this feud to keep Fatu strong while giving Knight or Priest a path to redemption. A surprise entrant like Shinsuke Nakamura could spice things up, though. Okay, so last week, Nia Jax, seismic return, ambushing Tiffany Stratton after losing the WWE Women's Championship to her on the first SmackDown of 2025. And I don't believe she's really been seen at all or that much since. Their friendship turned rivalry is personal, with Jax out for blood and Stratton reveling in her newfound dominance. Tonight, expect a heated confrontation. Maybe Stratton cutting a smug promo, only for Jax to storm the ring. A rematch is a lock, possibly with stipulations like no DQ to match their bad blood. Other women like Naomi or Jade Cargill may get involved. It could get, you know, a bigger picture into the title scene. Stratton is a rapid rising champion. She has made a polarizing figure out of herself. Her cocky persona and in-ring polish are undeniable. She carried Jade to a good match, but she's yet to face a sustained challenge. Jax's return flips the script a little bit. Her powerhouse style is the perfect foil for Stratton's agility. This feud has layers, though. There's a lot to bite into here. Stratton's proving she's no one's sidekick. The chaotic ending to Stratton's match with Cargill last week, thanks to Naomi and Jax, suggests a multi-woman title match down the line. WWE should lean into the personal stakes, maybe a vignette showing their past as allies, to make this rematch feel epic. Adding a wild card like Liv Morgan could also elevate the drama. All right, so guys, that is all I got for you, Wrestling Titans. You're the soul of VK Punk Wrestling, and we're fired up to have you riding with us. Real talk, life has been throwing haymakers lately, hitting harder than a steel cage door to the face. And like I said, I made a short or a reel earlier. I have really been struggling lately. But like a warrior climbing the turnbuckle, we're surging back with more passion, more hustle, and a promise to keep this arena rocking. When the world tries to slam you down, you kick out at two, rally the crowd, and hit your signature move. You're the star of your own blockbuster, uh, and the fans are chanting for you. Keep the energy nuclear. Spam the comments with your hype for tonight's SmackDown, your predictions for Backlash, or just let it rip and make noise. You can always, you know, hit the subscribe button, hit the subscribe button, and follow us here. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on Facebook. Uh, Follow us on X, and share this with your crew to build the VK Punk Legion. And stay glued for my predictions War Games video dropping next week. I'm diving into that vacated title and hoping to get my first title run uh, as championship. It's going to be a high octane tornado for the next couple weeks that you'll be talking about for a long time. I am Vin C Punk, and this is VK Punk Wrestling. We run the bingo, and we the ones for wrestling content. Catch you next time. Stay relentless, guys. Woo!